Good morning, stamping friends. My name is Lorri Heiling. In case you haven't visited me before on YouTube, and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I'm just thrilled that you're joining me today. I have a special treat in store for you, but first I just wanted to remind you about some sales we have going on now. You may want to check out my Stampin' Up! Website because you will find many things on sale right now, and a lot of it's Christmas items that will be on sale until January 4th, so check that out. Some are on sale up to 50% off. And then also on my blog, I do have a list of the retiring items from the holiday catalog that will not be continued after this catalog. And then you'll also see a list of things that will be carried over in the next catalog. So if you didn't get a chance to grab them now, they will be available next year as well. So the special project I want to share with you today is really a fun idea. It's very unique, and I found it on Rachel Tessman's website and her blog. She has a video as well, and I just wanted to double check with her to make sure it was okay that I used her idea, because that's where I was inspired from. And Rachel mentions on her video that she got this actual item from her teammate named Verla Carpenter. So I just wanted to share the backstory with you so you know where this came from. It did not come from my head, but it's so cute. So for starters, this is an 8.5 by 8.5 sheet of real red cardstock, and we are going to need your trimmer for this one. There's some pretty intricate measurements that you will need to be making. So for starters, in case you haven't purchased one of these trimmers, this is the bomb. Oh my gosh, look at how detailed these markings are, and it's just really easy to get detailed with these. And then there's also a measuring increments on the right side, so if you're just cutting a tiny bit off, then you look at the right side, because this part up here will guide the paper so it doesn't shimmy a little bit like that. And like, say if you needed 1/4 inch, just mark that on the right hand side rather than on this side, because you see there's not as much of a guide here and you can make it wiggle here. But when the paper is up against this line, it's just more secure. Oops, I'm sorry. And it won't wiggle around as much. Okay, I just wanted to point that out. All right, hopefully you can see this on the video, but for starters, we are just going to score this in half. And one thing you want to make sure is that you know which side is the scoring tool and which side is the cutting tool. I'm not sure if you have yours this way, but for me, the lighter one is on top, and that's the scoring. And the darker one is the cutting tool. It doesn't really matter which you put where, but just remember, because if you're like me, you've accidentally used the cutting one when you wanted to score. All right, so let's put this at the halfway mark. So half of 8.5 is 4 1/4. So we are just going to score there. So there's a halfway mark. Now we are going to turn it 90 degrees, and we're not going to score in the center, which again would be 4 1/4, but this time we're going to go at 4 1/8, put it there, and then just slide it over, not even to that next 1/16 mark. Just go halfway between 4 1/8 and the next little marking. So it's just a hair over. And then I want you to score that one, okay? Now, I want you to keep this in place and just cut along the bottom up to that halfway mark that we already made, okay? Now, take this out, and now we're gonna turn your paper 180 degrees. So, and now we're gonna do the exact same thing we just did. Go to 4 1/8, and then just go just a hair over, all right? And then we are gonna score, just like we did before. And now this time we want to cut, but we want to cut on the side that's already cut. We need this side to not be cut. So this time we're gonna start my paper trimmer, the cutting end at the top, and we will go down until we hit that line again where we already scored here at the 4 1/4 mark, and lift it up. And that's about all we need this for right now. Let me get this out of the way. All right, so you see this little piece that we took out, and now I'm just gonna fold that up so I can see where I wanna trim that and get my paper trimmer that I forgot to take out here. Sorry. And we're just gonna trim that little piece out like this. All right, so it's just kind of an odd shape that we have now, isn't it? All right, hold on one second. Now for the next part in this video, we are just gonna score, or I'm sorry, we're gonna fold on these score lines. So we'll just start by folding up like this, and then like this, And then remember, we have 2 lines that are parallel here. We want to fold on both of those. And you know what else I forgot to put out here is my bone folder. That's going to help burnish these edges really nice and sharp, so you have a great fold there. And then let's do this last one. It's a little bit tricky because it's only at like 1/4 of an inch. So just get it started and then make a nice little fold there. All right, now, can you tell what this is yet? All right, now for the next part, we are going to flip these up, and I want to burnish these a little bit better. All right, so it kind of looks like a book now, and then it's going to fold over like a book. Okay, now for this part, I know you don't know what it looks like yet, but just bear with me till we finish here. This is a 1.5 inch punch, and we are just going to punch a small piece right here. And I didn't even go halfway in. Just make sure it's in the middle, and it's okay to eyeball this. All right, there's one side. Now we are going to flip it over and do the same thing on this side. And I'm just going to take a pencil and draw a little line, because these punches were made to really only go through 1 thickness. I pressed hard and did get through 2. But for this one, I'm just going to do 1 thickness. So let's do this again. And this is just going to make it so when it lies flat, these little circles line up. And then let's do one more. We need this shape on all of the edges here. All right. And the last one. And by the way, this is the 1.5 inch punch. Really, any size punch will work, but this is the one I'm using. All right. Now we have all of our sides done. Now we're going to work on the front of the card. So I'm going to set this aside for now. And this part I did beforehand just because I don't like my videos to get too long. But this is just a 2x4 inch piece of basic black cardstock. And this I cut just 1/8 smaller. So this would be a 3 7/8 by 1 7/8 piece of real red cardstock. And then I took our buffalo check stamp set and just used Memento black ink, and just, don't tell me, oh, I thought I was at the end of this. All right, then just put adhesive on here and let's layer this. All right. And then we're going to put a little bit more on here, and this will be the front of our card. And so let me figure out where the front is again. The way you can tell is this is going to be the backbone of the front and back. These are just flaps. So we'll lift those up and then over like that. And let's just put this on the left-hand side. And if I were to say we're going to use my favorite Christmas set on the front of this card, what do you think that stamp set would be? I'm talking about the favorite one from the holiday catalog. It would have to be the Gnome Sweet Home set, and this is one of the little guys from there. I colored most of him already just because I wanted to save some time again, but I want to show you a little fun thing on his hat that I'm going to do to make it coordinate. So I will share with you the colors that I used, and I will have the supply list also on my blog, so in case you want to go back or can't remember what the colors I used, that way you can look it up. So this is the dark real red is his Santa outfit. Smoky slate, dark and light were used for his beard and his shoes. Daffodil Delight for the inside of the bulb. Dark, that was dark Daffodil Delight. Dark Old Olive for the rest of the ornament and for the olive, the mistletoe. And then real red for the bow. And then on the top and bottom of the ornament, I used the dark smoky slate and petal pink light for his nose and flesh colored. Now, like I said, I want to make this coordinating. So what I'm going to do is take the Stampin' Write marker, and this one has a fine tip on one side. And I'm just going to make a line, make my own little outline here, like that. And I'm going to do one more about right here. So now we have kind of a checkerboard. And now I'm going to turn it into the checkerboard. This is going to take me a little bit. So I guess we'll just chit chat while I'm doing this, but just remember how a checkerboard is and go every other one. So once you get in the groove, it's pretty fast and easy. So while I'm coloring, are you all ready for Christmas? This has been seriously the strangest Christmas season for us, all because of this remodel. Pretty soon, you'll be wondering, when is she going to stop talking about that remodel? But we are almost done. They're on the finishing touches. I'm hoping and praying that they finish this week. So I'll have to think of something else to talk about, because that's all I've talked about since, seriously, it's been since September. Maybe I'll post some pictures when we're done. I'm taking the dark basic black now, and the red that I used was dark real red. And I'm kind of a matchy person, so I am making a buffalo check hat to match the buffalo check that is on the front of the card. It's going to be really cute. You know what? I would have showed you this in the beginning, but I already gave all these away, so I can't even show you one. That's why I had to totally recreate this. So how about everybody else? Let me know how your plans are going. Just write in the comments section if you're ready or if you're still scrambling getting stuff done. All right, he is completely colored here, and we're gonna put him on the front with, actually use both sizes of dimensionals. I'm gonna put the larger one on the bottom and then a smaller one just not even towards the top, just about halfway through, and you'll see why in a bit. All right, let's attach that. And that's gonna go kind of half on, half on, half on, half off here. All right, now I thought it looked a little bit bare up here, so I did this beforehand again to save a little time. I just used Versamark ink with white embossing powder and a heat tool, and I embossed a little Christmas wish, and this is one of the sentiments that comes with this set. Isn't that cute? And then I used the which punch is that? Oh gosh, I lost my little it is the oh my gosh, I just had it. I'll show you which one. Classic label punch is what it is. All right, so that's the front of the card. Now the interesting part comes inside. We are going to use a graphic that I made with my own font, and I'm going to put the PDF on my website so that you can download this, but it says spread Christmas joy, not germs. Now, can you guess what is going to be inside of here? Let me figure out where this goes now, because I got to get my picture, because like I said, I gave this away already, but I do have it pulled up on my computer, so I just need to grab the picture again so that I can see where it is. All right, it's on the inside, not the outside. Oh, I'm so sorry. I haven't made very many of these yet. All right, now, this is a piece of Whisper White, and there'll be 4 on a sheet. And once you print this, then you need to take your paper trimmer and trim it down to 3 7/8 inches across by 4 inches top to bottom. And then let's just add a little adhesive to this. Right here. And then if you'd like, and you know what, I think I'll do this just so you can see what the possibilities are. But I need to find my photos. Hang in there, I'm still here. All right, I just wanted to show, if you would like to add a Christmas photo, you can easily do that. I just cut this down to the same size. It's about 4 by 4. And then we are going to put adhesive on the back. And this is our Christmas picture this year. So this one I ordered it in a 4 by 6, but I trimmed it down to 4 by 4 so that I can put it on the inside of the card. Now, as you can see, I need to punch out these little extra pieces here. I guess I could have waited to punch these until I got to this part, but either way, and you can just follow the punch that you already made. So just place that in there and punch it out. All right, now it will match up there. Dan got part of his arm cut off, but that's all right. So all I did, oh gosh, I downloaded this app where you can make your photo black and white, and then you just take this little tool and rub over where you want the color to come through. It was an app, like a 1-week free trial, so I basically used it to do this picture, and then I'll delete it because I probably won't use that too much, but it's a cool little app that I will also put in my blog so that you can see the link to that. Okay, now what do we do this card? What is it? Spread Christmas joy, not germs. Well, what I did was I purchased some masks online, and aren't they cute? I got a pack of these, and I got 10 different kinds, and it says have a holly jolly Christmas. A lot of them have that buffalo check on, so that's kind of why I had the theme. And so what you're gonna do is you're gonna fold it and then put the mask in here. Whoops, let's put it on the inside like this, and then you'll fold it over, and that's why we need to have that little book bridge here, because we need it to be a little bit flatter. And then what you do is you take the rubber bands that go around your ears for the mask, and you twist it like that, and then you pull it, whoops, pull it over the top like this, and then we want the little gnome hat to go on the outside. Then you can kind of adjust these if you want to crisscross them. These little things are to make them larger or smaller. I like it crisscross, so that's how I did that. So there you go. Isn't that fun? Just a fun little gift that you can slip in the mail. It's pretty flat, but it's probably going to take some extra postage. And then when they open it up, you just go like that, and the flaps down. You can write a little note, a Christmas message if you'd like, and then there's the inside of your card. So I hope you enjoyed that. Again, thank you so much, Rachel Tessman. If you haven't checked out her blog, she is an amazing stamper, and you will get many good ideas from her. But that's where the idea came from. But she has a different outside. I use my gnomes because I use those on everything. So anyway, thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you next time. And make sure you share the video and subscribe to my blog, Facebook page, Instagram, YouTube, you name it. I have it somewhere. And then also, if you see any products that catch your eye, please be sure and use my host code on my website. I would truly appreciate that. And also, one plug for the upcoming catalog that will be starting on January 5th, I believe it is. There is a new mini catalog that will run 6 months this time, and then also Celebration, and you know what that means. It's probably the best sale of the year, and so there's lots of perks going on then. So if you don't have a demonstrator and need a catalog, please contact me, and I will make sure that you get one. And be sure and subscribe to my my newsletter on my blog, and then you can also be in the know by doing that. All right, well, thank you again for joining me, and take care and have a great rest of your week. Bye-bye.